also be pretty direct, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's just like, you know what? You need a kick in the butt and you're going to get one. So,
So integration. So tell me how that came up for you as a next new thing, a way to be in the world and to help people in this world.
Well, prior to working as an integration coach, I was a coach for many years. Marketing, I also did a lot of mindset as a story coach, a speaker coach. And that's actually how I kept evolving, because I don't think if ayahuasca was presented to me, let's say 5 years ago, where I wouldn't have understood, I wouldn't have listened. So I knew that as a coach, I knew that everyone sort of needed a coach to some degree to help you with business or whatever it is that you needed. It's that person, your guidepost, right? So when I did my first ayahuasca experience, I did it for the week. There was not a lot of, well, there was pretty much zero integration unless you bought something. But I felt that the struggles were in the integration. It's easy to take medicine, to get the learning, to get the message, but then how do you take that information and apply it to your day-to-day life? How do you take the tools and help you when you get triggered? Because the day I left, like I finished the ceremonies on the Friday, I left on the Saturday, and now I'm in the airport and I'm like, I can't handle everybody's energy here. Then I flew to Canada, then I flew to Florida, and I was working, and I was like, I can't handle the energy. You need to learn how to handle that. Otherwise, you can regress, right? What's the first thing that you do is you go back to old patterns of belief, behaviors, actions. And so that's probably was my need to go back and do more psychedelics. And I was not getting the integration. And it finally clicked in. I thought, well, you know what? They tell you that the medicine's 50% of the work and then the other 50% is integration, but no one was really providing that I could find, and not in the way that I was looking for. So I started thinking about, well, what would integration look like, support for people? And I use myself as an example. Well, what do I need? Well, I'm coming back home to family that hasn't changed, friends that haven't changed. I've changed, but they haven't changed. In fact, the divide just got bigger. My business didn't feel right. It was like, when you wear that itchy, scratchy sweater that's too small for you, and you're like, I can't take this anymore. I got to take this thing off. And that's what my life felt like. It was like I have to knit a new sweater. And so I started working on myself in that way. And I hired, obviously, integration coaches. And then I thought, well, what if I became an integration coach? Because I still wanted to help people, and ended up during COVID enrolling in a program on how to become a psychedelic integration coach. And because I had also done a lot of my own experience and continue to do so, because you don't want to have a psychedelic integration coach who's never done a psychedelic. And that's one of the problems with some of the clinics that are out there, because they're very clinical and the practitioners or the administrators don't do psychedelics because they're too afraid to say they have, because it's, not really the legal. And I just started working with people, and people started coming to me saying, hey, I've done psychedelics. I need support. And I'm like, okay. So that's how that all started. And then the transformation is not in the medicine, it's in the work afterwards. The medicine shows you what's possible inside of the transformation, and things can definitely transform.